Yo guys, what is up? Happy Monday. Getting after it. Got a little Americano, courtesy of Slow Bloom. Also fun fact, coffee-wise, there is a coffee shop in front of the Redlands box. A lot of people didn't know that, so it's called Apostle. Actually some really cool dudes, so if you ever need a coffee and you're kind of in a pinch or time-wise or whatever, it's right up front. They originally started as they do some private label roasting, and then they also allow people to use the roaster. Good morning, good morning. So imagine, essentially, imagine if you had a commercial kitchen, right? And you didn't use it from midnight to 5 a.m. and someone asked you if they could use your commercial kitchen because they bake and they could do it in the middle of the night. It's a way to utilize that downtime. So that's kind of what they do. Slow Bloom actually does their roasting there, because a lot of places, not only is a roaster a large investment financially, but it's also a large investment space-wise, because not only do you need to have, not only a roaster is expensive, but if you've ever seen one, it's gigantic. So now not only do you have to buy the roaster, but you have to lease the building to put the roaster in, right? And if you've never seen one, literally next time you're in Redlands, walk next door and just peek your head in the door and you'll realize how gigantor those things are. So anyway, super cool dudes. And if you ever need a coffee, Apostle Brew right up front. So wanted to mainly spend a little time today talking about some stuff that's coming up, and then do a Waza review, Wodapalooza this weekend. So as far as stuff that's coming up, I'm waiting on some messages back, but I had emailed Ragnar about a couple things, so we got some potential dates there. I know we have a High Rocks coming up in December. There are a couple other local competitions, so stay tuned for that. Obviously, we have the Blitz coming up. Some people have been asking me about volunteering. Obviously, that is a huge part of what we do. I will have that sheet out as we get closer. Right now, I kind of want the focus to be on people signing up their teams. Don't worry about the divisions. We have movement standards and workouts coming out soon. I mainly want you to save the date and register for an RSVP for the party. So that way we can start getting that down. Those are kind of our two big competition-y kind of things. And then we have, I just totally brain farted. Block Blitz, the 3 for 300. So, running through the month of October, any new members that want to sign up, their first 3 months will be $100, and then it'll go to the normal rate. But it's a great way to kickstart someone. They're obviously still more than welcome to come in and check out a couple classes. Feel free to give out my information, have them call, text me, whatever, if they have any questions. We'll get the waivers filled out. The biggest thing is, if you're going to ever bring in anyone, just make sure you at least give me a little bit of a heads up, at least a day. That way, in case I'm not there or Chris isn't there, I can notify the coaches and let them know that you're coming in. And that they're going to be bringing a new person, so they could just be prepared and start kind of getting whatever ready they need to get ready, because we might, adjust the workout or stuff like that. Colby, sorry, my dog is off her chain today. So yeah, hit that little paper airplane thing in the bottom of Instagram, share it to your story, and let's get some friends going. Like I said, feel free to give out my info if anybody has any questions. So on the theme of events, we had two things this weekend. One, we had Wodapalooza, which was awesome, Huntington Beach. I've been telling everyone, not that I ever doubted it wasn't going to be insane. I had done Miami 2 years ago, and it was incredible. And Dylan and his whole team over there absolutely kill it. So I know it was going to be first rate, but it exceeded expectations. It was on par with Wodapalooza Miami. The staff, the facilities, the way they set it up, the way it's ran, it's just so top notch. I've been telling everyone, everybody needs to do this thing, right? I think we still probably have a year or two before they start doing qualifiers. And those of you guys don't know, for Miami, there's a qualifier. There's a series of workouts you have to do, whether you're doing an individual team, and then you qualify. Like the top 20 go RX, the next, 25 through, 50 go intermediate, 50 through, right? And the reason they have to do that is because there are so many people that want to do it. Where with Huntington Beach, it being a new event, right, they just had open registration. Like up until a week out, you could still sign up for like the open division or the intermediate team division, or there were some divisions that still actually had some open spots. But that being said, even those divisions still had like 50 people, 50 teams, right? So, I mean, it was legit. The way they integrated the beach, we had a really cool workout where we had to do burpees in the sand. We had a workout where we had to do a sled drag in the sand. On Saturday morning, we got to do a 5K along the beach in Huntington Beach underneath the pier that was hosted by Ragnar. That was dope. Everything that Tier did, I mean, it was incredible. It was awesome. So if you guys see Michael, Eddie, Sean, Andrew, Ron, Laura, Lexi, Edith around the gym, give them a crisp high five. They absolutely shelled themselves this weekend and did an amazing job. It was super fun to watch. The Tier Cup, like watching the pros go, and then just being in Huntington Beach and like I drank coffee with Roman Kennecoff 2 days in a row. Danielle Brandon was next to us eating breakfast. It's just cool, man. And I think for me too, like being somewhere local, being somewhere that I'm comfortable with was really fun. Miami was so incredible, but still foreign, right? Where like Huntington Beach, I was like, I've been going to Huntington Beach since I was a little kid. I've been going to the US Open since I was 9, and it's like, I'm literally at the same spot that they run the US Open. But now I'm competing, and the way the floor was set up is incredible. So go back, watch it. Like I said, you see any of those guys around, give them a crisp high five. But next year on like Donkey Kong, we all got to do it. It's epic. And I think it'd be just a lot of fun. And that's kind of what I've been thinking about is as I've been doing these and trying to figure out those different ways to connect and have contact points and plan events. This is kind of what I want to do moving forward is these types of events, whether it's CrossFit competitions, High Rocks, Ragnars, trail runs, Spartan races, whatever, and I want to find some stuff like the other thing we did this weekend is we did the Slow Bloom run. Michael and Ryan met me out for that. I know a lot of you guys were out of town, but it was awesome. Just great group with the Redlands, the guys and gals that put that on, the Redlands Runner group. They're awesome people. They do the run every Thursday night. But I was talking about them because I can't really go on Thursdays, but they're going to start doing some more weekend stuff. So they're planning a trail run right now, which would be super awesome. So stay tuned for details on that. He said he's going to have some stuff ironed out this week. So I think they want to continue with the Slow Bloom run every so often, as well as incorporate some Saturday or some Sunday runs. So I think that'll be awesome and just be a good time. But that's kind of what I see moving forward. But if you guys have any suggestions, and like I've always said, I've tried to reach out into people in different spaces. Like a funny one is my dentist is super into Spartan races. So I always tell him, like, dude, like, let me know what races you're doing so I can start putting those on the calendar. Because I have so much going on. I'm kind of focused in the CrossFit world, right, of events. And I forget about, like Kelly's been doing a lot of trail running. So she's been sending me like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this trail run. Or, I've also been wanting to find some stuff where the barrier of entry isn't too bad. And what I mean by that is I know that doing Wodapalooza is kind of gnarly, right? Like the competition's $300. It's 3 days long. You got to stay down there or drive back and forth. High Rocks is like $150, So I also want to find some stuff like the Redlands Runner, the Slow Bloom Run, where it's like you just show up and it's a group and it's a community. And that was one of the biggest things I was talking with Ashley, my wife, yesterday about this, is that has kind of come out of every time I compete is what I really, really love about it is I love just kind of putting yourself out there, but I just love the community and meeting new people and being around people from different backgrounds and learning, and it's just awesome. So stay tuned for some details coming up. I had got word the Lazar shirts are all printed, so I'm going to be picking those up, splitting them. Should have them out by Wednesday. And then, yeah, we'll just get after it and have another awesome week. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you soon. Deuces.